You think Formula One cars are just fast machines? Think again. Each one of these cars costs more than a private jet. And behind every engine roar lies millions of dollars of pure engineering genius. These aren't ordinary vehicles. These are the most stupidly expensive F1 cars ever built. And the closer we get to number one, the more your jaw will drop. Let's start the countdown. Number 10, McLaren MP4 Summer 4, $3.6 million, 1988. A year that changed Formula One forever. The McLaren MP4 wasn't just built, it was crafted with obsession. Designed by Gordon Murray and powered by a Honda V6 turbo engine, this car redefined what dominance meant in racing. Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost drove this beast, and between them, they won 15 out of 16 races that season. That level of domination has never been seen again in modern F1. Building this masterpiece cost McLaren nearly $3.6 million, a staggering number back then, but every penny went into perfection. The aerodynamics were so advanced that rival teams couldn't even figure out how. McLaren achieved such speed and stability. This car wasn't just ahead of its time, it was the future. Number 9. Ferrari 641 Mar II, $3.6 million. When you think of Ferrari, you think of power, precision, and passion. In 1990, Ferrari created one of their most beautiful and technically advanced F1 cars ever, the Ferrari 641-2. This was the machine that carried Alain Prost in his fierce battles against Ayrton Senna. Built with an incredible attention to balance and control, this Ferrari was smooth, aggressive, and outrageously expensive to design, roughly $3.6 million. Every curve was tested, every engine part was hand-fitted by experts in Maranello. It featured an incredible 3.5-liter V12 engine that screamed down the straights, pure Italian sound and soul. Even today, many fans call the 641-2 one of the most beautiful F1 cars ever made. Number 8. Red Bull RB18, $5 million. Now let's jump to modern-day F1, the hybrid era where speed meets science. Red Bull Racing's RB18, the car that made Max Verstappen unstoppable, is one of the most technically advanced and expensive F1 machines ever built. With an estimated cost of over $5 million per car, every part of the RB18 is a result of years of data, testing, and aerodynamic refinement. The floor design alone took months of simulation, and the engine, a Honda power unit, was tuned to perfection. This car crushed records, dominated championships, and brought Red Bull back to the top of the F1 world. It's not just a car. It's a moving laboratory of extreme engineering. Every race, every upgrade, every component added another few $100,000. And yet, it was worth it. Number 7. Ferrari F2002, $6 million. The early 2000s, Ferrari's golden era. The F2002 was the car that made Michael Schumacher practically unbeatable. It was so efficient, so dominant, that competitors didn't stand a chance. Ferrari invested around $6 million to build and perfect it. But it wasn't just about money. It was about engineering mastery. This car was light, sleek, and shockingly reliable. Schumacher drove it to 11 victories in a single season, helping Ferrari secure both drivers' and constructors' championships. The gearbox was revolutionary, the smaller, lighter, faster. Every inch of this car reflected Ferrari's obsession with victory. To this day, the F2002 remains one of the most successful cars in Formula One history. Number 6. McLaren MP425, $6.7 million. Fast forward to the modern era again, 2010. McLaren unleashed the MP425, driven by none other than Lewis Hamilton and Jenson Button. Cost to build? A staggering $6.7 million. This car introduced the world to the F-duct system, a brilliant aerodynamic feature that allowed drivers to reduce drag and gain top speed on straights. The innovation gave McLaren a massive edge early in the season. Underneath its sleek silver body, the MP425 packed a Mercedes engine so powerful it could scream past 330 km/h with ease. McLaren's engineers poured years of experience, hundreds of wind tunnel hours, and millions of dollars into creating this masterpiece. It wasn't just a car, it was a symbol of how far technology could push human limits. Number 5. Ferrari F2003 GA, $8 million. Ferrari's tribute to the late Gianni Agnelli, the F2003 GA, was more than just another championship car. It was an engineering symphony. Built for Michael Schumacher's 2003 campaign, This car cost nearly $8 million to bring to life. The F2003 GA featured upgraded aerodynamics, a stronger chassis, and a refined V10 engine that screamed like thunder. Schumacher took this car to multiple victories, securing yet another world title for Ferrari. Every nut and bolt in this car was hand-assembled, and every line of code in its electronic system was written for one purpose and a win. It was fast, it was loud, and it was breathtakingly expensive. Number 4. Ferrari F1 2000, $10 million. If there's one car that symbolizes Ferrari's dominance, it's the F1 2000. This was the machine that finally ended Ferrari's long title drought and began Schumacher's legendary 5-year streak. With a development cost of around $10 million, Ferrari treated this project like an art form. The body was sculpted for perfect aerodynamics. The engine was tuned for raw power, and the car itself became a work of engineering art. It wasn't just fast. It was consistent, durable, and relentless. The F1 2000 gave Ferrari its first drivers' championship in 21 years. When this car hit the track, it wasn't just racing him, it was rewriting history. Number 3. Mercedes W196R, $12 million. Travel back to 1954. The Mercedes W196R, the car that brought Mercedes back into Formula One with a bang. Driven by the legends Juan Manuel Fangio and Sterling Moss, it was unlike anything seen before. Streamlined bodywork, direct fuel injection. This was technology decades ahead of its time. The cost to design and build it, adjusted for today, sits around $12 million. It dominated the 1954 and 1955 seasons, setting a new standard for precision German engineering. This was the car that made the world realize Mercedes didn't just enter F1 to compete, they came to own it. And even today, the W196R remains one of the most iconic creations in the sport's entire history. Number 2. Ferrari F2004, $15 million. Now we're getting into truly insane territory. The Ferrari F2004, the most dominant car Ferrari has ever built. It cost around $15 million to design, develop, and perfect. This was Schumacher's ultimate weapon. A car that shattered lap records and crushed the competition. It won 15 of 18 races and set lap times that stood unbeaten for years. Ferrari's engineers called it the perfect balance between power and beauty. It had a 3.0-liter V10 engine producing over 900 horsepower, yet it handled like silk. This car wasn't just expensive, it was untouchable. Even years later, when Ferrari fans talk about perfection, they talk about the F2004. Number 1, Mercedes W11, $18 million. And finally, the crown jewel, the Mercedes W11, the most expensive Formula One car ever built. With an estimated cost of nearly $18 million, this car represents the absolute peak of modern F1 engineering. Driven by Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas, the W11 dominated the 2020 season like no other. Its hybrid power unit, cutting-edge aerodynamics, and revolutionary DAS steering system made it unstoppable. Mercedes spent years refining this machine. From engine cooling systems to microscopic aerodynamic tweaks, and every upgrade cost a fortune. The W11 was so efficient, so powerful, that it redefined the limits of what an F1 car could do. It wasn't just a car, it was a technological masterpiece worth more than most fighter jets, and that's why it stands as the most expensive Formula One car ever created. These cars prove one thing: when passion meets perfection, the price doesn't matter. That's what we explore here on WealthView, where luxury meets power, and every story pushes the limits of imagination. So if you love this world of speed, style, and insane price tags, hit subscribe and join the journey. Because the next video might just redefine what you call luxury. This is WealthView. See you in the next ride.